My name's Alex, and I'll be teaching you how to run a trivia night. We're super excited to have you here with Not Rocket Science, but I don't want to waste your time, so let's go ahead and get into it right now. The first thing you're going to need is your trivia papers. You should have two different types of papers. The first is the worksheets, and they should look like this. And I'll pop it up on the screen right here too, so you can see it. That worksheet is like a roadmap to the game for the players. It shows them all the rounds, it shows them all the questions and all the scoring so they can keep up with how the game works. Next, you should have papers that look like this. These are your cards, and these will require a little bit of arts and crafts. You can see that there's 8 cards on one paper. So, go get yourself some scissors, and then what you're going to need to do is cut those up into stacks of paper like this. And those are what players are going to write their answers on. So for example, if you have 5 questions in a round, then what they'll do is on one of these little sheets of paper, they will put their team name at the top, and then they'll just number it off 1, 2, 3, and then usually 4 and 5 somewhere in the center. And they will turn in all 5 of those answers on one little card. So that's how turning in the answers works. They bring those up to the host gets the answer, looks it over, and plugs it into the score sheet. And for the score sheet, I have a separate video after this one that teaches you all the details of how to work it. It is super simple. All right, so next, I'll teach you exactly how the game works. The game is 8 rounds long, and each round is either 3 or 5 questions. You'll see that we send you 2 versions of the game. One is the shorter version, one is the longer version. You can use either one. But either way, it's 8 rounds with however many questions per round. For the rest of this video, we'll just go with 5 for the sake of the example. So the way that it's going to work is you are going to read all 5 questions at once over the microphone. We recommend repeating them to make sure that people hear them. And then after you read all 5 questions, you're going to play a song. And the players have until the end of that song to bring you one of those little cards with all 5 of those answers on them. Now, if you're doing the 5 questions, if you think you need a little bit more time, you can play 2 songs. Again, you can mold it to what works best for your bar. We generally recommend 1 song though. So you'll play the song, people will bring you the answers, you'll score them, and then you rinse and repeat. And you do it over and over and over again for all 8 rounds of the game. Now, some places don't have access to music. You either don't have a music license, you don't have speakers like that, something. That's totally fine. You can just set a timer, and it's all the same for the players. Each round is a little bit different than the round before it. Each round has its own little twist. And I won't go into crazy detail now on all the rounds, but what I will tell you is in the games that we send you, there's a little host script at the beginning of each round. And it tells you exactly how to explain the round to your players. So this way, the game stays new, it stays fun and a little bit different every week for the players. And for you, it's easy to host because we put that explanation right there for you. So while I won't go into super detail on every round, I will point out just a couple of things for you. Number 1 is when do you give score updates? The first time I give a score update is at halftime, and then I give another one again towards the end of the game, because the end of the game is a little bit different. We have our 8 rounds of regular trivia, and then at the end, we have a Jeopardy style final question. So we give players a score update, and then we give them the topic of the final question, but not the question itself. So we give them the topic and we give them a score, and then they bring us one of those little cards that tells us how many points they want to gamble. Then after we have everybody's gambles, that's when we give them the final question itself. So they gamble based on the topic, and then they get the question. So they give you all the answers, and then you can look at the answer, see if they got it right or wrong, and that's when you can apply that to however many points they gambled in the score sheet. Again, I've got another video that explains the score sheet and shows you exactly how to do this super easy there. But that's how the end of the game works. I'll say it one more time. You give a score update and the topic, then they give you the gambles, then you get the actual question, then you get their answers, and you decide who wins and loses the game. So that's how it works from a scoring perspective and a structure perspective of the game. I know this video was super quick and it's meant to be an overview for you because the details themselves are in the game. But if you feel like you need more in-depth instructions, I've put a link in the description of this video, and that link goes to the fully fledged out videos that we do for people who work for us and host trivia games. It's a detailed explanation of every single round, how to host it, and it shows me hosting as well. So if you feel like you need that type of detail, click that link and you can get super in-depth instructions on how to host trivia. And that's gonna be it for me. Enjoy your experience with Not Rocket Science Trivia. It's gonna be profitable for your bar and your patrons are going to love it. Thanks again, and we are excited to have you with Not Rocket Science Trivia.